Hey guys, Justin here with a pickups video, and I've been having a little more luck lately finding stuff out in the wild, which is nice, and I actually just recently received a very generous donation package from a fan of our YouTube channel, so I'll definitely be showing that stuff in this video, but I'm going to start out first with some of the stuff I found in the wild recently, and actually this first stack of games here I picked up quite a while ago now, but they never really made it into a video, and I had taken a picture of them. I was just going to post it up on our Facebook or whatever, but they kind of fit right into this video, so I'll go ahead and show them. A stack of Super Nintendo games here that I picked up from our local buy, sell, trade kind of shop, and the guy there gave these to me for $3 a piece, which is a pretty good deal. Normally he sells them for at least $5 a piece, but I'm always in there talking with him and buying stuff, so he cut me a deal on these. So we got Super Putty, we got RoboCop 3, Zool, Harley's Humongous Adventure, Bubsy, the first one, and finally Bubsy 2. Again, $3 a piece on those. Decent deal there. I mean, I'm willing to pay $3 for any loose cartridge Super Nintendo game that I don't already have, and I didn't have any of these, so I was pretty happy about that. And I actually just went back to that store today, and I haven't been there in a while. I mean, I picked those Super Nintendo games up probably almost a month ago now, and so I haven't been in there since, and I figured he probably had some new stuff, and he did. I am very glad that I went in there today. He had some new Super Nintendo stuff, some new N64 stuff, and even some Dreamcast stuff, and I you know, just got done in our room tour talking about how I never find Dreamcast stuff in the wild anywhere, and so here we go. I mean, I got Crazy Taxi 2, complete, very nice shape. I think I already have this game actually, but you know, it's a $10, $12 game I think for the Dreamcast, and for the price he was asking, I really couldn't pass this up. And this next one is probably the pickup I'm most excited about out of everything I'm going to show in this video, actually, and that is Jet Grind Radio. Complete and in very nice shape. I've never played this game before, but I hear from a ton of people that this is definitely a must-have for the Dreamcast, so I'm very excited to try this out. And on top of that, I think it's kind of an expensive game. Not overly expensive, but I'm thinking it's probably $15 or $20 right now. And I mean, he didn't have this in his glass case or anything, so I was just assuming he didn't really know what it was worth. So I picked that up, and also he just threw this in for me. It's a Sonic Adventure 2 trial disc for the Dreamcast, and he actually had a Sonic Adventure 1 game, or at least the case. When I opened the case up, unfortunately, this disc was in there, and there was like a Tom Clancy's Rogue Spear in there or something, so I didn't get that, but he said I could just have this if I wanted it, because he really had nothing to do with it. So that was awesome. And like I said, he has a couple Super Nintendo games as well, and so I picked up Aero the Acrobat, which for some reason I thought I didn't have. I knew I had Aero the Acrobat 2, which is actually kind of a hard game to find actually, but for some reason I didn't think I had this one. Turns out I did, but I can always just, you know, give this one to Ryan or something. And then also I picked up a Super Street Fighter 2, and the reason I got this, I mean, I already have it, but a guy I work with has given me some games recently, so I kind of owe him one. He's been telling me to look out for well, either this game, I can't remember if he said he wanted Super Street Fighter 2 or Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but again, with the price this guy was asking for this, I figured either way, you can't go wrong. So I grabbed that, and then also, for the N64, I grabbed Star Fox 64. Now, I would have thought for sure that he would have put this game in his glass case. Normally, any game he prices at, you know, $10 and up goes in his glass case. So this was just sitting with all of his like crappy sports games, so I figured he probably wasn't asking too much for it, so I picked that up. And then also, he had a complete in-box copy of Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2. And it's funny because I actually know who traded this into him. But anyway, it's not in the greatest shape. I mean, the box it's decent, but it was a former rental, so the manual is all taped up and ripped up and crap. And the cartridge, it's decent. It's got some writing on the front that I can probably get off and a sticker on the back, but I decided I'd pick that up anyway. I didn't actually have this game, so to go from not having it to having it, you know, complete. Anyway, so I brought all that stuff up to him. I asked him what was the best deal he could give me on all that stuff, and he told me 25 bucks. That was a decent deal. I probably would have paid that, but I actually had a couple discs with me that I needed to get resurfaced. I had that Legend of Legaia that I recently picked up, and that God Bless the Ring, those PS1 games, and they were just disc only. I'm planning to sell those and then use the money to upgrade to complete copies because I don't have either of those games yet. And they weren't like, they played, but they were really surface scratched, so he agreed to, as part of the $25, to resurface those both for me. And so he got done with that. I'm looking down in this glass case. He had another game there. He had a price for $15. and I was like, you know, how bad do you want to sell me that game for $10? And he was like, you know, I don't want to do it, but I will do it. And so he sold me Ocarina of Time for $10. So $35 for everything I just showed there. Pretty awesome deal. He actually has a few more things in there that I was kind of interested in. I didn't have a whole lot of cash on me at the moment, so maybe I'll go back in there tomorrow or sometime this week and see if I can pick up some of that other stuff. But anyway, moving on to some Goodwill pickups. Now, some of you probably have already seen this. I had posted this next pickup on our Facebook just because I was so excited when I found this. But here's kind of the backstory. About a month ago, I had purchased 2 Goodwill gift certificates. Our local Goodwill was selling $25 gift certificates for $15. And the catch was they're only good for 2 months from the day you purchase them. And you have to spend it all at once. They're just paper certificates, so you know you don't get like cash back if you don't spend the full $25 or anything like that. But I figured, you know, I'll get 2 of them, maybe save some money. So I've been going to Goodwill every day for the past month trying to use these gift certificates, and I have been finding absolutely nothing. I think I found a beat-up handheld Yahtzee, and that's literally all I found at the Goodwill in the last month. So I was getting kind of worried that I was going to be stuck with these gift certificates. They were going to expire, and, you know, I was just going to waste $30. But I went in there the other day, and right when I walked in there, I noticed they had some Xbox 360 games in the glass case. And I kind of walked right by them. I figured, you know, if they put those out, they probably had some other new stuff, maybe some retro stuff. So I walked past the electronics section, absolutely nothing new, and walked over to where they keep the games normally, absolutely nothing new. So I go back to the Xbox 360 case, and there's these 2 ladies step in front of me, just taking their sweet time, you know, looking through the case, actually looking at the 360 games. So anyway, eventually they walk away, and I step in there. Unfortunately, the Xbox games weren't that great. There was like 2 tennis games for $14.99 a piece, and then there was like these Target dual packs. It had like Iron Man and Thor like bundled together for $14.99 a piece, and I was like, eh. So I was just about to leave, actually, and those 2 ladies behind me, I hear one of them say, "What's this?" And the other one responds, "Oh, it's one of those Wii U games." And I was like, "What?" And they're looking in this glass case, and I'm like, "Wii U?" I was like, it's like the Wii U just came out. There's no way there's a Wii U game at Goodwill. So I walk over there, they walked away, and sure enough, in the glass case is a sealed copy of New Super Mario Bros. U. And I couldn't believe it when I saw this. I was like, what is this doing at Goodwill already? And I mean, it was priced at $24.99. So obviously Goodwill, you know, knew pretty much what they had here, at least for the most part. But I think the reason it might have been at Goodwill is because the front of the case, it's a little bit dented in right here. You probably can't see it. I mean, it is still sealed and everything, but it's got a dent on it. So I'm assuming this was probably belonged to Target or Walmart. And you know, they saw that it was kind of damaged and they didn't want to sell it as new, so rather than sending it back to the wholesaler, they probably just donated it to Goodwill for a tax write-off, and it wound up in my possession. So I was able to use one of those gift cards to purchase this. Like I said, $24.99. I had a $25 gift card, but it was student discount day, so this was actually 20% off for me. So after tax and the discount, it was like $22 and some change. And I figured, you know, I had an extra $2.50 or whatever to spend. I might as well spend it if I was just going to get it for free. So I ran over to where they keep the other games and found whatever the color of the day was and found some PS2 games with those stickers on them. So these were all 99 cents a piece, but we got Pinball Hall of Fame here, complete. We got Ford Racing 2, complete. And then this last one is missing the manual, but it's the Incredibles. And again, 99 cents a piece on those. I figured I might as well pick them up if I was going to be getting for basically free anyway. So my total was like 66 cents for all this. So essentially, I paid $15 for all this. I paid $15 for the gift card, and that's what I used to pay for it. So obviously, you can't go wrong. You know, $15 for this alone. It's a sweet deal right now. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do with this. I honestly don't really plan on getting the Wii U. But as soon as I showed this to Dave and Ryan, they're both like, "Oh my God, you have to hang on to that. You know, I'm gonna get a Wii U. I'm gonna get a Wii U, and you know, I want that game." So I might hang on to it for the time being anyway. So anyway, the next day I was actually hanging out with Ryan, and we went back up to the Goodwill and walked past the electronics section. Nothing new. And we got over to where they keep the games normally, and they had a ton of new games there. They had a bunch of like original Xbox games, Xbox 360 games, PS1 games, PS2 games, some Wii games, even like a DS game, and we picked some of them up. These first 3 games I'm going to show are ones that Ryan wanted for his collection. The first one here is actually a PS1 long box game. It's Crazy Ivan. And unfortunately, it's not in very good condition. I mean, the front of it's all sun faded. It's missing the manual, and the disc is pretty scratched up. But you know, it's a PS1 long box game. I don't think Ryan has any long box games yet, so he definitely wanted this one. We also got Grabbed by the Ghoulies for the original Xbox, which is an Xbox exclusive title. I've actually owned it before in the past, but that one's complete there. And the main reason we wanted this one is because behind the disc for Grabbed by the Ghoulies was completely random a disc-only copy of Alundra 2 for the PlayStation 1 somehow in absolutely immaculate condition. So I was like, all right, well, one of us is getting this then for sure. So I honestly, I'm not really into, you know, loose disc PS1 games, but I know Alundra is a pretty sought-after RPG, I believe. I have the guide for Alundra 1. I don't have either of the Alundra games yet, though, so I'll have to pick them up. But I mean, obviously, sweet bonus there. Definitely the selling point for that game. And then finally for Ryan, he wanted this. It's Guitar Hero and Guitar Hero 2 for the PS2. I've never seen this before. It's like a dual pack. So, I mean, it's complete, and it's like in a dual case. Both discs are in there, so I've never seen that before. He wanted that, so he grabbed that. And then these next three games are the ones that I wanted. And I got, for the PS2, Turok Evolution. And the only reason I wanted this is because it's still factory sealed, actually. I mean, the shrink wrap has a tiny, tiny rip in it at the bottom there. You probably can't even see that. I mean, it's still factory sealed, so I picked that one up. Also, I wanted this for the original Xbox, Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Surprised to find this there. From what I understand, it's supposed to be a pretty good game, and I think it's, you know, 10 or 15 bucks actually too. So, I was very happy to see that one there. It's probably one of the better games they had there for sure. And then, so we had all these 5 games there. The total would have been like, you know, at $4 a piece is what they charged, so 20 bucks. We figured, might as well use one of my gift cards, might as well pick up one more game while we're at it. And so I got MLB The Bigs for the Wii, just because, you know, there really wasn't a whole lot else there that I wanted, but, you know, it's a Wii game. Looks like it might be kind of fun. Maybe me and my cousin will play this or something. So again, use the gift card to pay for that, so essentially $15 for all those games there. Awesome, awesome deal. And anyway, moving on, so this next box of stuff here is actually kind of a funny story. And so last week I had to drop off a package at the post office for another YouTuber on here. We did a trade, and that new video game store that I've been talking about that just recently opened up is right down the street from the post office. So after I dropped the package off, I walked down there. I was looking around in the store. They really didn't have anything new, you know, that wasn't there the last time I was in there, but they had some like N64 games that were, I guess you could say, reasonably priced. They had Smash Bros for like 32 bucks. So in there, it was 15% off, so after tax it would have been, you know, $30, which is cheaper than eBay, but I wasn't going to pick that up. So I'm looking around, and this guy walks into the store with a big box of stuff, and he walks over to the counter, and just by the sound that this box is making, I can just tell they are cartridge video games, and I was just like, oh my god, here we go. I'm going to have to watch this guy trade in these games for, you know, a tenth of what they're worth, if he's lucky. So he gets up there, starts pulling this stuff out of the box. He had an N64 system, he had like 5 controllers for it, and a small stack of games. And so I walk over there, and I'm kind of looking in the glass case at the front, or pretending to anyway. I was really kind of scoping out, you know, what games he had and everything. And so they go to test his system, and I'm just waiting for this guy to, you know, walk away from the counter, go look at something else in the store, so I can just tap him on the shoulder and be like, look, dude, I will give you considerably more money than the store's going to give you for your games. But of course, he just stood there the whole time. And luckily, they tested his system, it worked, but they wouldn't take it because the reset button was stuck. So they wouldn't take the system. So he was like, alright, well, how much can I get for the controllers and the games? And they wouldn't take a lot of his controllers because the joysticks were really loose, and I couldn't believe it. They only offered him $9 cash or $12 store credit for his stack of games that he had, which was complete BS, because I know for a fact, just based on what I saw, that there was a couple games in that stack that this store would have priced at, you know, at least $14.99, probably closer to $20 though. So I'm just crossing my fingers that this guy's not going to take this deal. Luckily, he passes. He's like, you know what, I'll just hang on to him for that price. He walks out of the store with his stuff. I follow him out of the store, and I'm like, hey, dude, if you want to sell that stuff, I will give you, you know, more money than the store's going to give you for it. And he sold it to me. Right on the street, outside of the video game store. He sold me this box of N64 stuff. And so, anyway, I looked through it quickly. I asked him how much he wanted for everything. He told me 30 bucks. And I took out my wallet. I had like 2 20s and a 5, and I was like, would you take 25 for it? And he agreed to that. So $25 for this box of N64 stuff. I mean, he was happy. I'm definitely happy. I'll show you guys what we got. Here's the system he had here. Like I said, it did have a stuck reset button. I mean, this thing was really stuck too. Like, it was jammed in there. But again, it's an easy fix. I took it apart, and now it's good to go. And luckily, boom, it did have the expansion pack. So there you go, Sandom Todd. We are 2 for 2 recently with the expansion packs in the N64 systems. So anyway, he had both the original adapters for that, and he had a rumble pack, first-party rumble pack for it. And then, like I said, he had 5 controllers for it, but unfortunately, they are pretty much, for the most part, you know, dead controllers. I mean, you can probably see the joysticks on those. They might work, but I'm not really going to be able to do anything with these. So we got 2 atomic purple ones, and also he had 2 of the original gray ones. One of which is just as bad as the atomic purple ones. I think this one might be salvageable. I mean, it's loose, it's definitely used, but it might still work. And it's a little dirty and beat up though. And then he just had one of these Mad Catz controllers that probably doesn't work anyway. But anyway, I'll show you the stack of games that he had here. We got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Disney's Tarzan, which I don't think I had this game yet, so this will be going to my collection. We got Wave Race 64, 1080 Snowboarding, Perfect Dark, and then these last 2 here are the ones I was referring to when I said I know this store would have priced these at least 15 bucks, probably closer to 20. We got GoldenEye, or 007 GoldenEye, and Star Fox 64. So the second Star Fox 64 of this video. But yeah, I mean, they offered him $9 for that stack of games. Complete BS. I'm so glad that he didn't take that deal. So anyway, I got that whole bundle there for 25 bucks. So I mean, can't complain with that. And it was a cool story to tell in this video. So anyway, this last stuff I'm going to show here is that that donation package that I received from a fan of our YouTube channel, and I really can't thank him enough for going ahead and just sending this to me out of generosity. I mean, we didn't do a trade, I didn't send him any money or anything like that. He just flat out sent this to me. So I really can't thank him enough. And there's some pretty cool stuff in here. And it's just a big mishmash of extra stuff that he had. So I'll start out by showing some of the games he sent me. He sent me for the PS1, we got Siphon Filter 2. We also got Siphon Filter 3, which I know for a fact I don't have this game yet, so this will definitely be going to my collection. We got a disc-only Tenchu 2, and he wrote a note on here that says you can design your own levels in this game. I've never played a Tenchu game before, but definitely have to try this one out. He also sent me a disc-only of Dino Crisis 2, cool Capcom game. We got Fighting Force, and NHL 98. Missing a manual on this one, but I might even have an extra manual for this game actually. And then a couple more discs he sent me here. This is pretty cool actually. I'd never seen this before. It's Final Fantasy XI, so Final Fantasy 11 Online. It's like a Final Fantasy game for Windows. And I mean, I don't know how old this is. This will run on Windows 7 or not, but I guess I can always try, right? And then finally, he sent me this Xbox 360 trial disc, which is actually kind of cool because it's got like Walmart on it. So I'm guessing this is one of the discs that Walmart would have used with their display system. So that's pretty cool. And he also sent me some extra manuals that he had. This first one, which is actually pretty nice. It's Resident Evil 3 Nemesis for the PS1. And I do already have this game complete, but I'm pretty sure this manual is in a whole lot better condition than mine is. So I'll probably be switching this one out for mine. For the 360, we got Left 4 Dead and Condemned Criminal Origins. And then we also got The Legend of Alone Dar. I think this is a PS2 manual. And Pinball Hall of Fame, which is ironic because that's the, I believe that's the, yeah, that's the same game I picked up from the Goodwill. And then finally a Super Nintendo manual, Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run, which he says is the best baseball game ever made. So I honestly don't even know if I've ever played this game. I do have it, but I don't know if I've ever played it. So I'll definitely have to try it out now and see if I agree with him on that one. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. He sent me like some magazines and some strategy guides and stuff, and some of these here are really cool. Mainly this first one here. It's the premiere issue, the very first issue, original print of GamePro magazine. And I mean, this looks awesome. I can't wait to look through this. If you guys can see like the pictures on the back there, they got like Double Dragon, Zelda 2, and everything. On the front says Nintendo, Sega, Atari, and I mean, just a sweet cover on that. I think the cover and the back of the magazine are actually falling off, which is why it's in this plastic thing. But I really can't wait to look through this and see what it's all about. I've never even read a GamePro before, to be honest with you. And he also sent me this, which is very cool. It's like a collection of Tomb Raider magazines or comic books, and I mean, look how suggestive these covers are. I mean, look at that. Damn. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah, look at that. And so we got, let's see, 5 of those, and also included in there, he sent me the Tomb Raider Chronicles disc only. Awesome. Now he sent me some strategy guides as well, and see, this one here is just sweet. I actually don't have this game yet, but because he sent me this guide, I think I'm going to go on eBay and just buy the game, because it's actually a relatively cheap game for what it is, and that's Chrono Cross. This is the Brady Games guide here. So very happy to have this. Like I said, I'm definitely going to go out and purchase that game. I don't mind paying. I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's like a $12 game right now, so I might as well get it while it's cheap. He also sent me the guides for Final Fantasy IX. That Brady Games guide there. And then also the Brady Games guide for Final Fantasy VIII, which I believe I already have this one. I'm not sure if this one's in better condition than mine, but I'll give the extra one to Ryan. And he had some other odds and ends in here as well. He sent me a Lego Star Wars t-shirt. That's pretty sweet there. And then finally he had some, like, just some odds and ends in here, like some different tokens and stuff. I think these are actually, yeah, Dave & Buster's. I've never been to a Dave & Buster's, but I hear they're a blast. So I'll definitely, if I ever see one, I'm definitely going to stop at it. And then I think also in here is a 360 controller battery pack as well. And I believe that was everything that was in this package. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Looks like I covered everything there. So again, I just want to say, seriously, dude, thank you so much for just going ahead and sending this package to me. You really have no idea how much it means to just, you know, receive a package like this in the mail, you know, out of generosity on someone else's part. So thank you so much for that. And this package here concludes this pickup video. So obviously I want to thank everyone who stuck around and check out the whole video. Thank you one more time for that generous donation. You know who you are. Thank you so much for that. And until next time, guys, take care.